Okay, everybody's in and we're recording. Kim, I'll turn the meeting over to you to open.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to call to order this Mahwah Board of Education regular work session action meeting for April 1st, 2020. I'd like to note that due to the COVID-19 health crisis, this meeting of the Mahwah Board of Education is not physically open to the public. This is to ensure we follow best practices for social distancing. Our board meeting is being live streamed to the public via Zoom. During the meeting, an announcement will be made for any member of the public who wishes to participate. At that time, members of the public can participate through the chat feature of Zoom. All participants must provide their name and address, and your comment and/or question will be included in the board's public record of the meeting, just as it would be for a standard board meeting. And as a matter of record, our executive session for this meeting is going to be held at the end of the meeting. Mr. Bleeker, could you, would everyone please, Mr. Bleeker, would you please call the meeting to order? Roll call.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Denise.
Here.
Mr. Gallo.
Here.
Mr. Kaczmarski.
Here.
Ms. Conoco.
Here.
Dr. Morthy.
Here.
Ms. Saccone.
Here.
Mr. Copland.
Here.
Mr. De Silva. And Ms. Barron.
Here. Announcement, adequate notice of agenda of this meeting has been provided to the Ridgewood News, specifying the Mahwah Board of Education will meet on April 1st, 2020 through a virtual meeting. A copy was filed with the Township Clerk. Ms. Conoco, would you like to lead us in a salute to the flag? Would everyone please rise?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Dr. Schoen, do you have a report for us this evening?
I do, everyone, and if you would bear with me, there are a lot of thank yous that I would like to give out. My comments today are focused entirely on our sincere appreciation of and admiration for our Mahwah staff. I have always been incredibly proud of our staff and honored to work in our district, but I have found myself even more amazed during our current norm, a remote learning environment for our students. On a central office level, Mr. Fair, Ms. Rizzo, Dr. DeToro, and Mr. Bleeker have worked diligently and spent countless hours each day to support our administrators and staff, as well as many supports for our child study team and our special needs population, to ensure that the continuity of excellent services and programs continue. Much time has also been spent listening and learning and applying best practices from state-initiated webinars during our remote learning environment. Their dedication to our staff and students has not only centered on our current school year. In addition, a great deal of their time has been dedicated to preparing for our district monitoring next year, as well as countless hours spent virtually interviewing prospective candidates so that we're well staffed for the 2021 school year. I sincerely thank you all. Our outstanding schools administrative team has also worked side by side our staff, offering assistance and guidance relative to instruction and communication platforms. Their work during these past 3 weeks has been remarkable, to say the least. From morning announcements to their school community, personally dropping off instructional packets of materials to student homes, personal connections with their staff and our many parents, joining Zoom meetings as their teachers engage their students in meaningful learning, just to touch upon a little bit of their dedication. We thank them all. Our Mahwah staff, the only word that comes to mind is wow. Providing engaging lessons on virtual platforms, personal phone calls to students and their parents, tweets, Instagram posts to say hi to their students, and the tears when students see their entire class on a Zoom platform further reinforces we have an instructional staff second to none. We are all in awe of their work with our students and how our staff members have embraced this remote learning environment so quickly and so thoughtfully. Please know how very much we thank you. To our paraprofessionals supporting our teachers and in many cases our individual students, thank you. While today is National Paraprofessional Day, Please know we're so appreciative of the work you're doing in assisting our students and staff every day, and most certainly during this time. Happy National Professionals Day to all of you. Our appreciation is also extended to our district secretarial staff who are working behind the scenes in support of our administrative staff and students. Please know that your work on a variety of levels is not going unnoticed nor underappreciated. Thank you all. Our technology staff has been extraordinary. As preparations began 3 weeks ago to enter into a remote learning environment for almost 3,000 students and over 500 staff members, our technology staff worked tirelessly. They ensured all laptops on grades 6 to 12 were equipped with platforms needed to support a remote learning environment, as well as work to configure additional laptops to be disseminated to students who did not have a laptop at home. Once our remote environment began, our tech staff has remained on campus every day to support both staff and students' tech issues, both on-site and remotely. We couldn't have done this without all of you. Thank you. Our appreciation is also sincerely extended to our maintenance staff, who have also been at our schools every day. Desks, chairs, floors, windowsills, doorknobs, sinks, cabinets, water fountains, you name it, have been scrubbed and disinfected in all of our schools. Thank you to all of you. Thank you as well to Jack and Holly from our food service provider, Pomptonian. They have also been working full days at the high school to provide lunch for many of our students. We thank you for providing these well-balanced meals during these past few weeks, as well as during spring break next week. On behalf of all of those families, thank you. Thank you to our transportation department and our bus drivers for being available at a moment's notice to transport various items to our students' home and within the district. To our parents, we cannot thank you enough. We know that your children would not be progressing as well as they are right now without you at home working side by side with us. We are so very proud of all the work our students have been doing and are so grateful that you are staying the course with us to ensure that our remote environment is meaningful and productive. To our students, learning certainly is a little different right now, but we all know you're doing an amazing job. Your teachers and principals are so very proud of all of the work you are completing at home. We really enjoy seeing creative projects and smiles in the pictures your parents are taking and sending to us. Keep up the great work. We're all very proud of you. And finally, to our board members, we thank you all for your support. We trust that the work our staff has completed so far has made you even prouder of the district you represent. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Schoen. Mr. Bleeker, do you have a report for us this evening?
Yes, I do. Just a brief report regarding the budget for next year for the 2021 school year. Glad to share that it has received earlier this week all of the necessary approvals at the county level from both the instructional side as well as the financial side. We will have another board budget presentation at our next meeting, and the final adoption of the 2021 budget is scheduled for the May 6th meeting in a few weeks. That's all I have to report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Fair, what do you have for us this evening?
You're on mute, Dennis.
Dennis muted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Dennis, you should be good.
All right. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. First, I just want to echo what Dr. Schoen had shared. The work and the flexibility of the entire team is tremendous. So I'm proud to be a part of this team, and I respect my central office colleagues as well as the entire district more now than ever. So just wanted to echo those sentiments. We have 5 retirements on the agenda. Our first 15E, we have Priscilla John Caspro. She has been employed as an instructional paraprofessional for 22 years in the district. She has always been a caring and respectful professional who puts students first. Being placed in a variety of assignments and servicing a variety of school buildings and grade levels, Ms. John Caspro has remained open and flexible in assisting students in a multitude of settings. We wish her the very best in her retirement. Our next retirement is Linda Casca from Rampo Ridge. Linda has been a devoted, committed, and reliable employee of Mahwah Public Schools. In her current position as main office secretary at Ramapo Ridge, Ms. Casca was often the first staff member that new families to our district and the school building would interface. She has served as the main contact for generating, updating, monitoring, and storing critical student records regarding attendance, grade reporting, and important state, district, and school reports. Ms. Casca worked closely on a daily basis with school counselors, child study team members, the school nurse, and building administrators. She will be missed, and her positive outlook and healthy perspective will be mainstays of her legacy as an employee of Mahwah Schools. Our next retirement, item 15C on the agenda, is Mary Pisani, who is also from Ramapo Ridge. Mary Pisani has been a leader in our phys ed department since 1997. Mary's enthusiasm for health and fitness has influenced students' lifelong habits and lifestyles. Mary has modeled for her students how to develop oneself physically as well as mentally. She was often the go-to resource for our new hires and other colleagues for sound advice, a listening ear, or to serve as a partner in some project or initiative. Ms. Pisani had a commendable ability to reach the hard-to-reach student and turn the tide for many struggling learners. Mary's professional achievements are vast and far-reaching, but perhaps the things that she offered her students the most were her smile and caring heart. Our fourth retirement is Ms. Sarah Lowry, who has taught at Joyce Kilmer School as well as Ramapo Ridge. As shared by Sarah's colleagues, she is a kind and caring teacher who has a wonderful, funny side and a laugh that is contagious. No one would dare pick a paint color without getting Sarah's opinion first, and she is always doing things to beautify the building. It's funny, but it serves as a testament to how much everyone trusts her insight and expertise, even when it's not about art. Sarah's commitment to sharing her passion and love for art spans the lives of so many students here in Mahwah. One of Sarah's closest colleagues shared the following about her friend. Sarah has developed deep and lasting relationships with her students. She sees the artist in students long before they see it in themselves and gently encourages them to keep trying their best. We congratulate Mrs. Lowry on completing this stage in her life and thank her for all the memories she has created with her, particularly JK family. Last but certainly not least, item agenda 15A, we have Miss Irene Lahr, who has helped students of all backgrounds and talent levels discover their voice. In addition to filling our stages, halls, and performance spaces with beautiful choral sounds, Miss Lahr filled the hearts and souls of her students. She has also filled the souls of her students with self-confidence, awareness, and esteem. She used music to open her students' eyes to the world as she committed to designing a program that was as diverse as her students. Ms. Lahr always sought unique experiences and competitions for her students to engage beyond Ramapo Ridge and Mahwah. Just as Ms. Lahr is respected by her students, she is also widely respected by her network of colleagues here in district as well as across the state. Ms. Lahr built a choral program rich in tradition, creativity, and achievement. While the show must go on, Ms. Lahr's spirit will always be a part of it. So I believe Ms. Lahr is here in our virtual audience. I just wanted to thank all of the retirees for their time, their dedication and commitment to our kids and our programs. You know, Ms. Lahr and I went back and forth via email, and she had shared how wild this has been in terms of moving to a virtual setting in these, the spring of her retirement. And what was so nice about our back and forth is she signed her email with "Miss you," because I really believe she really misses that physical face-to-face with all of us. And, my response was, miss you too, because, if we end the school year without being able to see our retirees like Irene, I just want them to know how appreciated they are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And lastly, I just wanted to update the board and the public on, we're currently in the midst of adjusting our hiring and interviewing practices. Normally, everything is done face-to-face. We've been able to interview over 30 candidates this week alone. And we're meeting some really good candidates in preparation for the 2020-2021 school year. So we're hoping to have a good bulk of those hires on our April 15th agenda.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank
Farrow.
you.
Okay, for my report for this evening, right, I want to take this time to comment on behalf of the Mahwah Board of Education. The Mahwah Board of Education commends our administration, staff, and support staff for their commitment, diligence, and determination in providing continued instruction and support to all our students during this crisis. We understand it isn't easy and by no means a small task to achieve what you have accomplished in such a short amount of time. The power of teamwork is undeniable, and without each of you, this team would not have been successful in completing the daunting task that had been placed before you in such a seamless fashion. Your devotion to our district runs even deeper, as evidenced by the numerous comments on social media and elsewhere. Positive comments regarding not only the academic content you are providing, but also the emotional assistance you are giving our students to enable them to feel less fearful during this most trying time in our recent history. Each and every one of you are truly rock stars, or perhaps even better, angels on earth. The Mahwah Board of Education is honored to serve such wonderful district, and we applaud each of you for your selfish efforts you make every day to serve our children and our community. So thank you very much. That's all I have for today. And do we have any board committee reports? Yes, Mr. Gallo.
I just have a few remarks. I want to thank Kyle for sending out an update on the budget and the various aspects of our operations that are currently being affected by the crisis. I think it might be worthwhile to share some of that information for the remainder of the board, but obviously a lot of the sort of the day-to-day operational stuff continues on unabated, regardless of the emergency, and Kyle and his staff are doing a remarkable job keeping that all going. So I just want to thank Kyle for that and his staff. And I'll have some remarks later as well.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Dr. Morthy.
One moment.
All right.
Okay, Prima, go ahead.
Thank you. On behalf of the instructional committee, I wanted to also extend a heartfelt thanks to our administrative team, particularly our guy, Dr. DeToro, for all your work on the curriculum side, and to everyone in this district, teachers, support staff, paraprofessionals, and as Lauren mentioned, people I didn't even think of, custodial staff, the tech staff, and even transportation. It is tremendous and very heartfelt that people during this very difficult time have come together to support each other. And it's truly the beauty, I think, of all communities right now, but particularly of Mahwah, that we are a collaborative group, teamwork, and we're going to achieve great things despite the difficult circumstances. So just again, want to say a very special thank you. And to all, please be safe and take care of yourselves during this difficult time as well. But we do appreciate it. I also just wanted to mention also that in the real world, other things are going on like the census. So just a reminder to parents to please complete the census. Most of it's online and then you're done. And we all seem to have a little extra time on our hands these days. So perhaps we can also just get that done, just while we're home, taking care of ourselves. Okay. All right. Anyway, thank you. That's all, Kim.
Thank you, Dr. Morthy. Anyone else this evening? Okay. Do you have any board member remarks or additional comments anyone would like to make? Not on agenda. Yes, Mr. Gallo.
Two things. One is, I've spoken about our Twitter feed many times before, and I commend the Twitter feed to everyone who's watching this meeting. To everyone, it is a bright spot in my day. There are a few people who contribute to the Twitter feed regularly that are absolutely amazing, but it's through extraordinary difficult times like this where these little magic moments can be captured and shared with the broader community, and they have really been amazing. And every single day when I look, it really helps me get through and reminds me that on the other side of this, we will be a better district. And I want to thank all the contributors to the Twitter feed. And the other thing I want to talk about is our theme, Mahwah Connects. I think when this Mahwah Connects theme was conceived last August, no one could have possibly have imagined that we'd be connecting so intimately yet remotely through this emergency. And what it really reminded me, the whole Mahwah Connects theme, it really became a focus when I started thinking that it really is just about people. I mean, we have to give accolades to our tech team for making all of these electronic connections from happening, but ultimately it's a team of people, the dedicated educators in our district who are using the technology to connect to parents, students, other, to support and to advance the learning. And I think when, again, to the group of folks who conceived of Mahwah Connects, this particular instance was probably not on your radar, but it has been, it really reinforces the depth of the dedication, the professionalism, the enthusiasm and passion, and skills of our staff to have pulled this off and kept everyone connected. And just to echo all the thanks, I'm remarkably proud and grateful to have any participation in this process. And you know, thank you just isn't enough to capture what we owe this enormously talented team.
Thank you, Mr. Gallo. Anyone else? Thank you. Wonderful comments, everybody. May I have a motion now to open the meeting to the public? Ms. Conoco, followed by second by Mr. Gallo. Thank you. This section of public participation will be limited to 15 minutes. Do we have anything, Mr. Leaker?
Nothing coming through right now on the chat. If anybody, members of the public, would like to make a comment, please. Oh, okay. I do have one comment that just came through from Miss Lar. I'll read this into the record, and then the board is welcome to respond. Irene Lar, 34 Maysinger Road, teacher of vocal music at Ramapo Ridge and Joyce Kilmer School. Thank you, Dennis, for those kind words. How crazy it is that you will be voting on my retirement on April Fool's Day in the middle of a pandemic. Never in a million years did I think my last few months in education would look like this. I just want to take a moment to thank the administrative team and the BOE, present and past, for their support over the years, now more than ever. We see how important the arts are. I will miss my students and colleagues, but it's time to pass the baton. Please continue your dedication to the arts. Our students deserve nothing less. I'll still be in Mahwah, once a T-bird, always a T-bird.
Oh,
Very sweet.
All right, no other comments are coming in through currently.
okay. Give it just a minute, maybe.
That'd be fine.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Barron, I think you can proceed. I haven't had anything come through the group chat.
Thank you very much. Okay, may I have a motion to close to the public? Mr. Kazmarski, second by Dr. Morthy. Okay, old business. I would like to take 13A, old business. May I have a motion to proceed on that? Ms. Conoco, second by Mr. Denise. Any comments on 13A? We're good to go. Mr. Bleeker, could you please take roll call?
Pardon me one moment, just have to unmute Mr. De Silva and Mr. Kazmarski. Okay. Mr. Denise,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes.
Mr. Kazmarski,
To be unmuted, yes.
Ms. Conoco,
Yes.
Dr. Morthy,
Yes.
Ms. Saccone,
Yes.
Mr. Copland,
Yes.
Mr. De Silva,
Yes.
and Ms. Barron.
Yes. Now I'd like to take new business, 14A through U. May I have a motion to proceed on that? Mr. Gallo, second by Mr. Kazmarski. Do you have any comments on any of these items? I know I'd like to just thank Orange and Rockland for their $5,000 donation. That's to benefit the robotics team. So thank you very much to them for that. Anyone else? We're good to go. Okay, Mr. Bleeker, could you please take roll call for 14A through U?
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes, except on 14A, I am abstaining on check number 0988825 and check number 098643.
thank you. Mr. Kazmarski,
Yes.
Ms. Conoco,
Yes.
Dr. Morthy,
Yes.
Ms. Saccone,
Yes.
Mr. Copland,
Yes.
Mr. De Silva,
Yes.
and Ms. Barron.
Yes. I do want to make mention of the policy committee. Thank you so much, guys, for all the policies that you're currently working on and you've been working on and continue to work on. So thank you very much. We appreciate that. Now I'd like to take 15A through R. May I have a motion to proceed on that? Ms. Conoco, second by Mr. Copland. Do we have any comments on this portion of the agenda?
Just to reiterate the thanks to all of our retirees for their dedication in helping our children throughout the years. And the only sorrow not being able to do this face-to-face with them. And may everybody remain safe and healthy.
Thank you very much. I'd also like to thank Thomas Bodie for volunteering for the indoor winter drum line. So thank you very much for that. We appreciate all volunteers all the time. Any other comments from anybody on these items? Okay, Mr. Bleeker, could you please take roll call on 15A through R?
Mr. Denise,
Yes.
Mr. Gallo,
Yes.
Mr. Kazmarski,
Yes.
Ms. Conoco,
Yes.
Dr. Morthy,
Yes.
Ms. Saccone,
Yes.
Mr. Copland,
Yes.
Mr. De Silva,
Yes.
and Ms. Barron.
Yes. As I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the meeting, we're going to be going into executive session. And after executive session, we will be adjourning the meeting. So thank you to everyone who is from the community listening and following us. We really appreciate it. And everybody, please stay safe and healthy. So I'd like to motion to recess to executive session, please. Mr. Kazmarski, second by Mr. Gallo.
Okay, thank you, members of the public.
Bye.
I'm
Mr. May, Mr. Ferguson.
going to take you a moment now and take you off the chat. Thank you.
Bye.